Hi, this is Derek from Appingo, and in this video we'll teach you how to quickly and easily create and manage budgets in the Appingo system. All the budgets in the Appingo system are organized at the project level, so you can get to any budget from a project page by going up to the budgeting tab and clicking on it. When you do that, you'll be taken to the budget page for that project. Up top here is all the summary information for the budget for that project. All this information is a roll-up of all the schedules that may happen to be in that project. In this particular project, we have a bunch of different schedules: History Part 3, History Part 4, History Part 5, History Part 6, and even History Part 1. Each one of these individual schedules has an individual budget. And then when you scroll up to the top here, we'll see that the project budget is all based on the information from those individual schedule budgets. You'll see the first number up there, the budget number, is the budget that was set for the entire project. It's the budget that the boss has given the project. You can revise that number very easily by clicking on Revise Budget Estimate. And you could always review all the changing budget estimates along the way. So in this case, this project has had 4 different budget revisions, and there's a note that you can add to each one. So if we go back to our budgeting page, we'll see that here at the top here's our revised budget that we put in with the note that we added next to it. This next line, fees invoiced thus far, represents all the tasks that have been completed and invoiced by freelancers. We can always see how our actual invoice fees relate to the estimates that we made originally. This next line, estimated fees remaining, shows you all the fees for the tasks that are coming up in the future that haven't been completed or invoiced. So if we take the fees invoiced and the estimated fees remaining and subtract them from the budget, we'll have our remaining budget for this project. So that tells the production manager exactly how much money she's got to work with going forward. Adjusting budgets. Adjusting budgets in Appingo is very easy. From the budget page, just click on Update Workers and Fees, and you'll be taken to a page on which you can edit the budget. You'll see here each one of these lines is a task, and each one of these tasks has a assignee. It also has a fee attached to it, or it doesn't have to have a fee attached to it. From here, you can go ahead and change anything on this budget. You can actually reassign that task. So we'll change this and assign it to Appingo Gym. And then I can go ahead and change any of the fees attached to any of the tasks. I can also add a note here. So in this case, I'll put a calculation for how I came up to that fee. And then once I'm done, I can go ahead and click Update Workers and Fees. It'll take me right back to my budget page, and we'll see it's been revised. This little D in this task indicates that there's a note associated with this task. Setting up a budget for a new project. When you first set up a project, it's obviously not going to have a budget set yet, and it'll look like this: no budget estimates made. To set up your initial budget, just click on Set Initial Estimate. It'll bring you to this page where you'll just enter the amount of your initial estimate, enter note if you want, and once you're done, just simply click Set Estimate. Then you'll see your budget status is filled in here. You'll have an initial budget estimate. You'll have no fees invoiced thus far and no fees remaining because you haven't set any budget numbers for the schedule. To do that, just simply click on Update Workers and Fees and you can get started. Creating budgets via the task pages. Another way to create and alter budgets in the Appingo system is to alter the fees for each task through the task page. So if we look at this Review and Proof task, we can update it and add a fee here. An estimated fee will add $300. And we update that task. We'll see on the task page it's been updated. There's a fee of $300 attached there. Now this fee will automatically update the budget for this schedule and thus the budget for the project. If we go to the Budget tab here, we'll see this Review and Proof task has $300 attached to it. Automatically updates the estimated fees remaining section and therefore updates the budget remaining section. So by working through the task pages, you can automatically affect and update the budget for your project. Hiding fees from team members. There will be times when you're creating an initial budget and you're adding fees to specific tasks that you don't want team members to see those fees yet because you're not sure if they'll be the right fees. So the way that is managed in the Appingo system is through what we call the orange line on the budget page. So this is the orange line here. You'll see it says right now, all fees on the schedule are visible to team members. If we go and Update Workers and Fees, we can move this orange line. So just by clicking on Adjust Line, we'll be able to move this orange line where we want to put it. And when we put it somewhere in the schedule, all the tasks and fees below the orange line will not be visible to team members. So you'll see here, we just updated it, and it now says fees for tasks below this line are not yet visible to team members. So now all the team members assigned to these tasks will not be able to see their fees quite yet until we adjust the line again, and we can move this down after the review art task, and we can see fees for the tasks below this line are not yet visible to team members. So now I can adjust these fees freely without team members seeing the way that I'm adjusting them. And this is important because you'll want to make some adjustments before you get a final budget number. So if I want all the team members to be able to see their fees, all I have to do is adjust the line again and go down to the last task. It'll put the orange bar below all the tasks in the schedule, and now all fees from the schedule are visible to the team members. With any new project or schedule, the orange line starts at the bottom so that all team members can see their fees. If you don't want team members to see their fees, you'll have to go into that budget and adjust that orange line. Invoicing and budgets. Because freelancers submit invoices directly through the Appingo system, the budget is automatically updated and accounts for these invoices that are submitted, approved, and paid. So when a team member comes in and creates and submits a new invoice, the production manager, through the budgeting tab, can see instantaneously how that affects her budget. So we'll see here an invoice has been submitted, so that it has an actual fee in this line, and a note. If you roll over, she'll see that there's a note attached to this invoice. And if she scrolls up here, she'll see the fees invoiced thus far automatically updates itself. And therefore, so does the budget remaining. So she'll see in real time as invoices are submitted how they affect the budget. Roll-up budget reporting. The system automatically generates a couple of high-level reports on the budgets at the company level. So by clicking on the company here and going over to budget, we'll see a couple of different reports. The budgeting report shows you simply a roll-up of all the budgets for all the projects you have in production right now. So down the left is all the projects, and then there's budgets, fees so far, estimated fees remaining, and budget remaining for each one of those projects. So you'll see some are over budget, some are under budget, and then down the bottom you'll see a total of all your projects right now. This is a great way to get a snapshot of all the budgets you have going. Another report is called the cash flow report. And this cash flow report helps you project out how much cash you'll need for the production department going out as far as you have scheduled. So this report shows you what you've spent in production and what you're going to spend in production in the current and coming months. So that's our budget management video. We hope it helps you create and manage budgets easily and effectively.